A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. If God made this world, then I would not want to be the God. It is full of misery and distress that it breaks my heart. Mostly it is loss which teaches us about the worth of things. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. A high degree of intellect tends to make a man unsocial. If we were not all so interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. Marrying means to grasp blindfolded into a sack hoping to find out an eel out of an assembly of snakes. In our monogamous part of the world, to marry means to halve one's rights and double one's duties. Money is human happiness in the abstract, and so the man who is no longer capable of enjoying such happiness in the concrete sets his whole heart on money. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as self-evident. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. One should use common words to say uncommon things. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Religion is the masterpiece of the art of animal training, for it trains people as to how they shall think. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. Buying books would be a good thing if one could also buy the time to read them, but as a rule the purchase of books is mistaken for the appropriation of their contents. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. There is no more mistaken path to happiness than worldliness. Wealth is like sea water, the more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. Faith is like love, it does not let itself be forced. He who writes carelessly confesses thereby at the very outset that he does not attach much importance to his own thoughts. I have long held the opinion that the amount of noise that anyone can bear undisturbed stands in inverse proportion to his mental capacity and therefore be regarded as a pretty fair measure of it. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. Men are the devils of the earth, and the animals are its tormented souls. Life is full of troubles and vexations, that one must either rise above it by means of corrected thoughts, or leave it. Whatever torch we kindle, and whatever space it may illuminate, our horizon will always remain encircled by the depth of night. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. Life is short and truth works far and lives long, let us speak the truth. Everyone takes the limits of his own vision for the limits of the world. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain, and it is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. If a girl cheated on you, wait until she doesn't completely ruin your good destination. Any foolish boy can stamp on a beetle, but all the professors in the world cannot make a beetle. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him.